Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan.
I woke up that morning and heard these shots, and they were shouting on the radio that we were being attacked by Japan. And so it was a shocker, and that was the beginning of a very scary day.
This is an amazing true story of pioneering women who, for a brief moment in the darkest days of World War II, shattered the glass ceiling to become the first women to pilot American military aircraft.
Of course, it was a very exciting time for all of us. I think we were all anticipating the training that we were going to get. And of course, the excitement of just being there and meeting all these people for the first time and going to share the same experience was quite a pleasant thought.
When these young girls were getting into flying, they were really breaking the mold, and they found a way somehow to get their license so they could qualify to get into the WASP.
We were all very close. I think you get very close because you don't know if you're going to be alive the next day.
After proving they could handle the latest fighters and the heaviest bombers, it all came to an abrupt end. On December 20th, 1944, they were quietly and unceremoniously disbanded. There were no honors, no veterans' benefits, and very few thank yous.
The men made fun of us and belittled us and didn't like us. The women should stay at home. They should stay in the kitchen.
I don't think I completely recovered from it. I went on with my life afterwards. It was sort of finding out that a dream can be achieved, but it can be taken away just as easily.
Two of the squadrons, including mine, sent a wire to the president and offered our services for $1 a year for as long as the need existed. I was turned down. They said, no, we've made up our mind. So that was a sad ending.
As a way to stay in contact after deactivation, they created an organization called the Order of Fifanella. Originally, it was used to help WASP find jobs and to organize reunions, but later became the nucleus of their political activities to fight for veterans recognition.
It all started with that first class to graduate, and the big headlines were first woman to fly military aircraft. Well, that upset us a little bit because we were the first women to fly. And we kind of organized after that. We contacted each other. Did you hear, did you see that? And all that. What are we going to do about it?
In 1972, a small group of WASP who were getting ready to retire from both the Air Force Reserve and civil service realized that their time in the WASP, those 2 years, didn't count towards their retirement. So they worked to get a bill introduced in Congress to give them recognition for their wartime service. But that bill was quickly killed when neither the Army or the Air Force would accept jurisdiction over the women. This made it clear that the WASP would need to prepare for a long fight in order to receive veterans recognition.
And their cause received national television exposure in November 1977 when Bernice Falk-Haydu appeared as the mystery guest on To Tell the Truth.
Number 2.
My name is B. Falk-Haydu.
Their lobbying began to show signs of success. On March 15, 1977, the 95th Congress had a historic first when Bill H.R. 5087 to recognize the WASP as veterans was introduced in the House.
And so with our lobbying, in other words, we did in 1977 what they had done to us in 1944, and we were very successful to finally be recognized as veterans of World War II.
I don't think it made much difference then, except it was gratifying that we finally got the veteran status. It would have meant a lot more had we gotten it when we were still in the WASP.
Denied their rightful place in history, they struggled for recognition until 66 years later they were finally officially recognized for their service and received the Congressional Gold Medal.
All we ever asked for is that our overlooked history would someday no longer be a missing chapter in the history of World War II, in the history of the Air Force, in the history of aviation, and most especially the history of America.